Right.
Going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Orange Gatorade and friends, or as I like to call it from now on, G Unit. We got a lot to cover, so we're gonna get straight into it. I think the best starting point would be the NBA draft lottery, which just took place last night. Fellas, before we even get into this, I wanted to get y'all's opinions on this. Are you guys pro or anti NBA lottery?
Yeah, wait. First of all, one thing before we start this whole shebang, I want to wish, Ben and Mills a very happy National Fruit Cocktail Day. I know you guys are big supporters.
Yes, sir.
Now we can get started.
All
You would know
Bro.
that.
Google told me.
right. Yeah, I mean, like the lottery is one of those things where I think there should be like I think the top four teams should have an equal chance, and you do it that way. But you can't have like the Wizards who've sucked for years and years get the sixth pick. It can't happen at the end of the day. So
I
that's
I
my
completely
agree.
agree with
stance.
Naldi.
I'd like the lottery though because it eliminates just full-on tanking. Like, even if you look at the NFL, you still have the Browns who are tanking for the number one pick every year and they're still garbage. So is there really a true answer to, you know, just being a terrible franchise, having bad owners? I mean, that's what it all comes down to. Maybe the NBA lottery is a little rigged. I mean, there's no way you could tell me this year was not rigged. That was ridiculous.
Be careful, Drew.
Yes,
Ridiculous.
bro.
Be
Huh?
careful. Ronaldo's a Browns fan.
Well, Rinaldi, I'm sorry.
No, we suck. I'll admit it, we suck. But uh, yeah, I don't know. It's lottery's just one of those things where like it's a cool concept, similar to how I'm starting to get with the play-in, where I'm like, it's a cool concept, it just doesn't really work. But
Mhm.
I
Like,
agree.
what is it doing for anybody, really? I personally am anti-lottery, or I guess I'm not like fully anti-lottery, but something's got to change, bro, because the Mavericks having the number one pick is absolutely cracked. And do you follow that up by giving the Spurs the second pick? Bro, something's got to change because
We
there's
got three.
teams, three, they
Let's
got
not
three.
forget number three.
The Sixers, bro.
Woohoo!
There you go. But not like you have teams, like you mentioned the Cleveland Browns, Drew. I can name like four or five teams, bro. The Hornets, the
Yeah.
Wizards, the
Jazz,
Sacramento Kings, entire generations of players have come and gone, and the Sacramento Kings still suck ass. Like that is
True.
crazy to me, bro. At least the Browns had like one good year. Like I guess you could say the Kings had like the light the beam year.
Well, I mean, you had the Kings, they had one good year. You had the
Yeah,
Jazz when they had Gobert and Mitchell. You
yeah.
had
But the thing
the
is,
Hornets, they're just irrelevant. I
you
mean,
got
you
to
got to
remember
hit your
with
draft picks, and I think it's harder. I Let me rephrase that. When you have to hit your draft picks, it's probably easier to get lucky with a draft pick in the NBA, like a later round pick,
Yeah.
just because there's less players. Like it's harder in the NBA or NFL, but these teams, they just keep drafting flops, flop after flop after flop. There's no excuse for that, you know? Even if they're getting the fourth pick, like look at the Suns, the years they had back-to-back number four pick. Who'd they take? Josh Jackson and
uh,
Dragon Bender.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dragon
Two
Bender. Yeah,
generational
yeah,
flops.
yeah.
he was low-key a dog, Dragon Bender.
No, he
Hell
was
Was
no.
he?
not. He
Was
was
he ever?
ass.
He was low-key a dog.
That motherfucker got picked before me on my 2K17 career, and I never lived that shit down, bro. I
So one
always
thing
had beef with him since then,
I don't
since
mean
that
to
day.
like refute Drew's point, but like one thing you got to remember is like the Hornets, right, who are generationally ass. Like, yes, teams need to draft well, but if you think about the past few years, like the Hornets drafted Mark Williams, LaMelo, Brandon Miller, guys who are pretty good players,
Pretty
and they
good.
still fucking suck.
Pretty good.
Because the problem is, and I've said this for years, it's the Rockets method that I think is really important that teams just don't do. Like, I think everyone saw the process kind of work, I guess. But like, you have one or two really good pieces, which the Hornets have. Then you sign some veterans to absurd contracts just to get them to get there. Like Fred VanVleet should not be getting paid $40 million a year. Should not
Mm.
happen. But you need that kind of guy in your locker room. You need a Jeff Green. You need a Steven Adams. Like you need these kind of guys to teach the young guys things. Didn't seem to work on Jalen Green in this playoff run, but
Yeah, he needs to be hung in
I
Houston.
mean,
for the
you
rest
look
of it,
at the Hornets have done the complete opposite too. They're bringing in the biggest felons in the league and just all the dopes. Like
No, I
Nah,
guess that the
bro.
they've
Pistons have
also
been following
drafted
that
a lot
method.
of those guys as well.
Mm.
So
The
I
Pistons
mean,
followed that method that Ronaldo mentioned by
Yep.
signing. If you sign or you get Tim Hardaway and Tobias Harris, those
Malik
guys really
Beasley.
actually fit in well with Cade, Jalen Duren, and such. Like,
yeah.
You
Well, you're
get
not
like
going to
trading
go
for
over the
for
top,
Schroeder on the
but
low.
yeah, they're just I don't know, man. When you're giving Lamelo Ball the keys to the team, the franchise, like everybody's like, why wasn't Lamelo an All Star? Bro, literally could shoot. He dropped 30, but he's putting up 45 shots a game.
Yes,
Like,
bro.
yeah.
I mean,
And he
there's a
didn't he
certain
get
level
hurt
of
this year again?
efficiency.
Like he missed a good amount of games this year, did he not?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He did, but I think he still had enough to become like an all star. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure. Like if
Yeah.
you check like biggest snubs, it's like Lamelo Ball averaging 30 a game. But it's like who the fuck else is going to pass the ball to? Mark Williams can't stand straight, and Brandon Miller is fighting a fucking case back in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It's fucking his team.
Yeah, why would they take Brandon Miller, man? Like, that's
Because
on
they have
them.
Miles
He's
Bridges.
tough,
What do
though.
you mean?
Yeah,
27
Miles
days,
Bridges. Didn't he get someone pregnant and then now he's paying all that money?
dude. I
I think
don't
it was
know.
PJ Washington. When he was
Oh,
on the
was it
Hornets, PJ
PJ Washington?
Washington got Brittany Renner.
Yeah,
Got her
yeah.
pregnant, and
Sorry,
then
You
now
got the
the
Miles
video this
franchise
year?
afford 40
That video
Miles
this
million.
year?
Bridges is trying to be a full-time rapper now. That's what it is.
Yeah,
He's not
and he
bad.
also beat his
That's
wife.
it.
He did beat his wife. You see that tweet that came out? It's a picture of his
Not that
girlfriend,
that's funny, first of all.
and
No, no, no.
she was like, explain this, and then Miles
That's
Bridges
not
retweeted
funny.
it and goes, like, how do you get this face? And then Miles Bridges retweeted saying, uh, acne and fucked up lip filler, and like it's just obvious that he just like hit her.
Dude, I remember that.
Like,
Holy
he
shit.
tweeted that. It's like, dude, this guy needs to be fucking
Oh
needed.
my
Yeah.
God. I completely forgot he did that.
Yeah, dude's fucked up.
Nah, dude's a menace, bro. Why is he in the NBA, bro? I understand the
Making
Hornets
top
are
10.
beyond desperate at this point, but Jesus Christ. If you're not gonna be a winning team and this dude is still on your roster, like what the fuck are you doing, bro? Now
Who was
nobody
the other
likes you at all. Like
Who was the dude they had last year too? They cut. He had the blue
James
hair.
Booknight,
Kai Williams.
Kai Jones.
Yeah,
I thought
Kai
it was-
Jones,
Kai
there you go.
Williams.
Kai Jones.
Kai Jones.
They had James Booknight too from UConn who got caught. I think he had like a DUI and the police like found him like in a parking lot like asleep because he was so hammered.
Dude,
He was on the same team.
What a fucking basketball team.
My
There's only
theory-
like 11 or 12 players you can have on your team, and at least half of them are fucking like up to no good at all times, bro.
My
That's crazy. It's not like
My
the
theory-
Cowboys where they got like 4 or 5,
yeah.
bad apples in the bunch.
No, the
Oh,
whole
this is
team
half the
just
team.
demon.
Yeah, that's on a roster of 50. They have 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Roster of 12. That's half of them are.
Well, dude, my theory is MJ when he took over the Hornets, he was in such bad gambling debt. He was like, I'm gonna make this team for everyone to fade night in, night out, all season long. You'll get all your money back this way. I guarantee it.
That
And
is
he did not miss.
that is the definition of chess, not checkers, bro. I never even thought about it like
And that's why LeBron will never be the GOAT.
why. Y'all see MJ coming on NBC next season as one of their
random, but I like
contributors?
it.
I think that's dope, bro. Personally, I feel like we never get MJ's takes on the modern game or anything like that.
It's
I think it'll be dope.
He was too busy fucking up that franchise down in North
Yeah,
Carolina
for gambling debt.
for gambling debt.
I mean, I just feel like Jordan's just going to be a little like I think he's going to be super negative and just keep going back in my day, which is my only thing. But that's also because I'm a Jordan hater at the end of the day.
I was
There.
I'm back on the gambling, but do you think he'll have something to do with like FanDuel or DraftKings just paid him a bag and he has some type of gambling segment? I've
like
been
similar
seeing
to
that on
Charles
Twitter.
Barkley,
Who?
like what Barkley has right now.
Yeah. And it's
Probably.
like, are they gonna get MJ to do that? Like, I mean, when he tunes into stuff like The Last Dance, everyone was that COVID too or no?
Yeah,
it
that was
was
COVID.
That was COVID, but still, I mean, just seeing Jordan talk, like all the memes, it was everywhere on social media.
Yeah, bro. No,
Like-
that was a big fucking thing. Like
Yeah.
that, my parents were watching that, and they dropped it. I think right after Bron got the bubble ring. So that's what
Yeah,
people were like,
yeah.
oh, he's trying to defend his legacy and whatnot. But I don't know. I'm open to it. Like my boy Rinaldi said, like I think there's a good chance that he just comes on and trashes the modern game, and it is what it is. Like they all do that shit. So I kind of want Jordan to be open about it, but fuck it. If we just get Jordan DraftKings Bet365 segments, which I think is inevitable, bro. That's unavoidable with like the way that sports are going
Yeah.
right now.
And who else better than him? You
Facts. I'm taking his picks every night, bro. Like
Just give
this
me a
ain't
bonus
I'm
bet.
it's
I
not
won't
Charles
complain.
Barkley doing this.
know,
I'm
goat
taking Jordan's
leg.
picks. That's an expert at work right there.
That's true.
I feel like we got so far away from the topic, bro. How do we feel about the Mavericks getting the number one pick in the draft, bro? That is absurdities to me. I
I
can't fucking believe it
I
still.
said when the Luka trade happened, Nico's smart. He's got something cooking. I knew there was something going on.
Adam
I
Silver,
think it's
you
in
are a
the
slimy
bookmarks in
fucker,
Denzel
bro.
videos, or
They were
but I always trusted him.
one game from making the playoffs, and now they have the
Yeah,
number one pick. It's insane. I understand that they were the 10 seed, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So like I understand that they technically shouldn't have even been in playoff run if you don't count the play in, but like still they were one game away. I mean they got smacked, but still they were a game away, and now you get rewarded with a generational talent like everyone thinks. Like I don't know, it's one of those things like you just make stupid decisions over and over, like still trying to compete after you trade Luca. Like all this different stuff. You trade Luca, which is another stupid decision,
Yeah.
but now you get Cooper Flag at the end of the day, and I don't. It's just one of those things where I'm like,
I'm
really?
curious to see what's going to happen with the NBA draft and what teams are going to do to get Giannis, because it seems like Giannis is 99.9% sure he's headed out of Milwaukee. I wonder. I mean, I think the Mavs came out today saying that they're not going to.
They
They're
can't trade away
confident.
Luca and Flag in the same year.
Nah, Nico
Like,
Harris would get shot, bro.
he would
Like
get shot in
no,
broad daylight.
he
Dude,
can't
if you think
walk.
about it though, if
Like,
AD's not getting any younger, Kyrie's not getting any younger. Like if you have like Giannis is still in his prime, like it would make a lot of sense to bring if he could bring in
yeah,
Giannis.
but Flag's coming in NBA ready, and it gives you that future. Like, it's not like they're dead in the water right now. If you bring in Giannis, like you just traded away the number one, probably the two best assets you can have on an NBA team in the same year, and
Yeah.
he thinks he's gonna live? No,
Nah, bro.
He will if they win a ring next year. That's the thing.
Like I agree with
But does
Drew that
Giannis get him over that hump with that injury prone team? I don't know.
like if but like I do agree with Mills, or I don't disagree with trading for Giannis. I think that they should keep Cooper Flag and have the ability to have a future. But like if you really wanted to say, okay, the Mavericks traded for Giannis, it would probably be Flag, three other first round picks, and then like Lively and someone else just for contract sake. But
Yeah.
then, so you would have Kyrie, AD, and Giannis all in between 30 and 33, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Kyrie's gonna be 34, I think, next time he gets on the NBA court because of
Yeah.
his what
So
he do
like
his
you would have a
Achilles.
3 to 4 year 2 to 4 year window to win with those three guys, which is a hell of a big three to have.
Yeah.
But like you committing getting rid of two possible future NBA Hall of Famers to have 3 good years, it's not something I would do. But
Yeah.
hey, Nico Harrison's Nico Harrison at the end of the day.
That's the thing.
I think he traded Luca. Adam Silver said, "You send him to LA, we'll give you Flag." Like that's the only thing that makes sense. Because the trade
If
still
that
makes
actually
zero sense.
happened, bro. If
I
that
mean,
actually happened and it comes out, I am done with this fucking league. I think that goes
It won't
without
come.
saying.
But
Like,
I did see so I saw something. Hold on, let me pull it up just to make sure. But it was like when in 2011, 12, whatever it was, when
Chris
the
Paul.
Pelicans
Yep.
traded
Yeah,
away
I
Chris
saw that
Paul,
too.
first pick. When LeBron leaves Cleveland, first pick. And then it was when AD left New Orleans, first pick that next year.
Zion.
And then bang, Luca traded. Oh, what? Mavs, first pick. It's too fishy to
You gotta also
not make.
acknowledge that the Pelicans were dog shit the year they traded AD.
That is
So
true.
like that, like
Yeah,
they
but that was the
obviously
only thing keeping that
yeah,
franchise relevant, I guess. Like,
they had a better than 1.8 fucking percent chance, bro. See,
yeah,
like that's my thing.
1.8
Like,
ridiculous.
how does that benefit anybody besides the Dallas Mavericks, bro? The Western Conference is absolutely stacked, probably the best it's ever been. You have teams who are struggling. You have fans who watched 82 games of fucking Bilal Coulibaly and Jordan Poole, and now they have the fifth overall pick. That's crazy, bro. I like miss me with that. I don't think playing teams should even get a stake in the lottery anymore from now
I
on.
do agree with that actually.
I
That's a
agree
good
with
take.
that.
That's a good take. I agree.
Or if you are a playing team, like say you are the Hawks this year, if you didn't think you can make a run, you opt out of the playoff to keep your lottery odds.
Yeah.
So then it's like, what do you care more about, winning or
But
maybe
that's a
getting a
dicey
higher
thing to
pick?
think
You
about.
know?
I just think at the end of the day, it should just be what the NFL does. I mean, do
I don't
teams? I
know.
mean,
The tanking would be too easy. It
I
would be
get that,
too
but
easy.
like, but don't you think
Yeah,
that if a team's purposefully trying to tank, like the league should take some sort of initiative and be like, it's obvious what you guys are doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there comes to a point where the NBA and Adam Silver need to do their job and be like, you know, you got to try to win games. Like, I
But
get that you're gonna
that's the
suck,
point of
but
the lottery.
Yeah,
The point
that's
of the lottery is so that teams don't tank because everyone has a chance to get the number one pick. That's
mm,
the point, which is super stupid considering I like I think that 14% for the bottom three teams is crazy low. Like it
yeah,
used to be like
yeah,
25 or something like that or 20, but
it is.
14 is super low.
I
Yeah.
agree, bro. It shouldn't be flat odds. It should be like number one has a better chance, number two has a better chance, number three has a
Yeah.
better chance.
Yeah.
And I just want to speak on that. I saw a tweet from shout out to Joe Star Jokic, not a good friend of the podcast, but I do fuck with his show. So since 2019, the worst team has never gotten the first pick. The worst team is picking fifth more often than they're picking in the top two. On average, two of the four worst teams fall outside of the top four. Nine teams, nine teams have been responsible for 47 of the 98 lottery appearances in 6 years.
There
Like
you go.
you're just keeping teams in hell, I feel like.
that's the thing. Like, I mean, there comes a time where it's like there's something's got to change. I mean, the Hornets haven't made the playoffs since I think 2016. When's the last time the Wizards did? Probably not as far because they had Beal and
I would say
Yeah,
yeah,
I want to say like
17 Aldi.
2018. Whenever they took the Celtics to 7 games, it was like
Yeah, yeah.
2017, 2018.
Yeah,
But
but
even
like,
then, we just went over their whole draft history, how they have
Yeah.
royally fumbled so badly with their player selection.
I mean, bro, they finally get
they
the
have
number
some
one pick
talented
last
guys,
year.
but
Or
they're
number
you're
two.
going through interviews and you're talking to these guys and you're still taking them knowing he's a head case. Like, what do you expect?
Nah, bro.
Or like right now, they like trade LaMelo while he has value. They're gonna probably ride him
You're talking
out.
about the Wizards, bro. You fucking dumbass.
Oh wait, I thought we were talking about the Hornets.
No, no, no. I was talking about the Wizards.
yeah, Wizards are fucked. The Hornets, like, they still suck, but they haven't drafted as bad as the Wizards have. Like the Hornets, I mean,
Yeah.
they just suck, but like that's got to be like a development thing
Yeah,
because
the
again,
Hornets
They also
GM issue for sure.
Did they
Yeah,
did they
100%.
sign Russ or did they trade for Russ?
Traded.
So like
They
right
did
there,
trade
trade
him.
him for Russ. Like, come on.
Well, because
Well,
I think they
bro.
wanted him and Beal to be the next John
Yeah.
Wall.
And then Beal ended
Yeah,
up just
yeah.
not caring about basketball anymore.
Here goes Beal. Here goes Beal winning basketball games. But
Said no one
I
in
mean,
like 10 years.
the Wizards, if you think about it, right? So they have some fucking terrible picks, but I mean, last year they got Alex Sarr.
Ass.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
not great.
like
Bro, they had
you
the
get the
number
number
two
two
pick
pick, and
last
it's
year,
fucking
not?
in the worst draft class in like the last 5 years, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
congratulations.
year before that, their pick was traded with the Pacers. It was Jarris Walker.
It's
Who?
fine.
He sucks. Year before that, they had Johnny Buckets, Johnny Davis.
Yeah, it's S.
He sucks. Before that, Corey Kispert. He's like
He was okay.
Yeah, he's
What
okay.
what pick was Kispert? Like 12?
15.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
late.
So
Okay, so that's fine. That's fine value for 15.
And then 2020 was Denny Advia, and then 2019 was
Great
Rui
pick, traded.
Hachimura.
Who did they trade Avia for?
Not enough. Avi's tough, bro.
Yeah, he is
He's
not.
Actually
good.
tough.
He
The
is
Blazers
good.
are doing the right thing. They're starting to get toward the right direction.
Dude,
Yeah,
Avdia
bro, I
put
agree. The
17
Blazers,
Blazers
are
are
building
coming
something
up.
quietly, bro. Quietly
Avdia
building
had
something good over
17,
there.
7, and 4 this year.
who did?
Denny Advia.
Also, I mean, the Wizards could be going on the right track. I really think they were banking on getting a better than a number 6 pick this year. I think they wanted one of those big 5 guys. But I mean, they have just a lot of players right now, and they have a lot of like a long defensive team. Maybe they could come around, but
Do they have cap space?
they should. They
Yeah,
have
they should, bro. Who,
lot of
who the
guys
fuck
on
would they be
small
paying
ass
right
Poole
now?
makes money. They traded away Kuzma, who made a lot of money.
Yeah, Poole
I guess
might
the
be
only
making
big guy
a
is
decent
Chris
amount, but I
Middleton,
can't
right?
think of
That's probably
anybody
the
else
biggest
aside
guy.
from him.
Yeah, they'll cut
Right.
Chris Middleton and be free of that probably.
They have the Wizards getting Jeremiah Fears in mock drafts.
Eesh, bro. Like
Wait, they have
imagine
they have the
going from
most
Dylan
money in
Harper
cap
to
hole this
fucking
year.
Jeremiah Fears and
Oh.
Derek Queen in like one day, just because of the lottery, man. Like,
Yeah, wait, they got Poole and Middleton's crazy contracts.
I forgot
Forgot
Jordan
about
was a crazy
Poole is
guy.
on a fucking absurd contract just because, like,
Bro, they're making between the two of those guys, the cap hit is 60 mil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you still have
but-
one
They're
90 after
ass.
that.
Like,
You know who's eternally fucked? The fucking Suns, dude.
Yeah,
They're
no,
done.
that is by far the worst spot you
Now,
can be
the
in.
only thing that keeps them alive is that they're going to get a bag for KD this
Yeah, you
year,
have 1 year of KD.
but they have to trade. They're still going to get like 2 firsts for him, maybe one and
Four.
a
Yeah,
somewhat good
For
player.
KD, you'll get 3 or 4.
I don't know
Yeah,
about 3 or 4,
he
he's
old, bro.
dude.
He's super
It depends
old
on
now.
whose pick they are. But like, if you're trading him to say
but like
Houston, you can
what
get
I
your own picks back. So that's a
yeah,
plus.
but you also
Yeah,
have Book who you can trade who will get just a crazy bag for. Like you're going to
Book
get
will
If
at
get a
least
they
good return.
four
if
or
they
five
sell
first
book,
round.
that means that they're selling the ship. Is that what they're gonna do this year?
I mean, they have to. They realize
Nah,
it didn't work the last 2 years. They've had this same core the 2 years now, and it's just been miserable.
They also have Brad Beal making like
on a no trade
$55 million
clause,
a
bro.
year.
Yeah, on a no trade clause.
I
Like
don't
that
think
is
anyone would have
fucked.
taken him
That is
anyway.
actually fucked, bro. You have to be so certain that this is your guy to take him on that contract that
Yeah.
the Wizards had him on.
But even with having Beal, like if you're getting rid of Booker and Durant right now, you're committing to a tank. So isn't there a big guy in the draft next year? Like the number one pick they were saying.
I don't
Like
know,
number
bro.
one
I really
recruit.
haven't
I mean, he's
kept
not
up
a
with that.
big, but
No, no,
AJ
no, like
DeBosa.
just a lot of hype.
Yeah,
Like,
AJ DeBonsa from
Yeah, I don't know how
BYU.
to
is
pronounce
that the
it.
guy BYU? They were saying like he'll have flag level hype. Like
Yeah,
every year guys
that's
get
AJ
hype.
DeBonsa. He's like a 6'9", like can do it
Yeah, yeah.
all wing. He's going to BYU. He's good.
He's like one
Like
of those
BYU,
guys that always gets the KD Paul George player comp.
Like
Yeah,
Ace
Like,
Bailey.
yeah, like one
yeah.
of those guys.
Ace
Yeah.
But
Bailey,
he's
I don't
really tough.
know.
coming to Philly.
I'm not in on Ace Bailey.
I think he's good. I think he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think he has potential. I'm
His
not
shot
saying
making
like,
ability is ridiculous. I
yeah,
mean,
I'm not saying that I think that he's going to be a bust, but I'm saying like he just in college he was wildly inconsistent, and there was. I mean, Ronaldo, you're a Rutgers fan. Like, what do you think?
I mean, I didn't watch enough games to like truly say, but like if you actually just look at his numbers over the course of the full year, it's actually not bad, like efficiency wise, which is like my number one thing. Like in college, if you can be efficient, I think you'll be good in the league.
But
And I think
consistency, right? That's
also
what
like
lasts.
him and Harper were playing together, and Harper was missing a lot of games. Like, or Bailey would miss a game, and Harper would be in. Like,
Yeah, they were all off and
they were
on.
so out of sync throughout the whole year that. And I mean, the way they had to play to win games, I don't think that's really a true tell of who they are, but I don't know. I think he has potential. I don't know. I would think Bailey has more potential than Harper
agreed.
just
Like
because of how many good
ceiling.
guards are in the league.
And Ace has the size too. Pause.
Yeah. He's.
Like
Did you guys see today? He got measured for the combine. I think
6'7.5", right?
six
yeah,
seven. He's
yeah,
listed at what I'm looking at right now.
6'10".
6'10",
yeah.
200.
Same thing
Somebody
happened.
lying, bro. Somebody is fucking lying.
Wait,
Like
what is he?
same thing happened with Flag. He was listed at 6'9", and he came in today at 6'7".
Because
Yeah,
they
I think
measured
it's
them
just
without
six,
shoes, I'm pretty
seven.
sure. And like
Someone had to say it.
How tall is Ace Bailey?
6'7.5".
Damn.
like that's just no shoes, anything. So like when you
Yeah,
put all that shit on,
Yeah.
it's probably six. He's probably 6'9". But um, I mean, he's averaged 17 and a half, 7 boards on 46% shooting. I mean, he's not a passer by any means,
No.
Bailey.
no,
But I think he'll
but
be good. Like if you put him on the Sixers, right?
that's what he needs to do. You already have guys that can move the ball around and control the all. But he's that guy when you might need a late shot or someone to just create something to open up the floor. He
Yeah,
can.
but if he's a very ball dominant player and you have
No, I don't think he's a very ball
Yeah, I don't
down
think he
player.
needs to be ball dominant at all. I think he
But
can take a
his
2 dribble pull up anytime he wants. He's tall
Yeah,
enough and
exactly.
athletic enough to
And
get it over
he can
anyone.
always get by his guy and open something up. And with having Embiid down low, something he didn't have at Rutgers, like a true big. I mean, if Embiid plays, hands up.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I saw that look. But
No,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I think the clear 1, 2, 3 is Flag, Harper, and
Yeah,
Ace.
I don't know the order yet. Like, I mean, if the Spurs keep that pick, does it really make sense to take Harper when you
wait,
have
I think he's a
Rob
buck, bro. I
Castle?
think he's a buck.
dude.
Yeah, but if you have Fox and Castle,
Now that I'm thinking about it, the Spurs might be
you
the
really
most
need
likely
him.
team
Why
to
not just
trade.
go all in and trade for Giannis?
The
That's what they're gonna do.
Spurs are they got to be the most likely team to trade for Giannis, right?
They have to be, bro.
Or the Rockets.
I think it's the Rockets.
But I think the Spurs have like more future to offer because you could offer Castle and Harper right now. Boom. That's a backcourt for years to come. Then you could offer the number 12 pick and then maybe what's his name?
You'd have to get a
Which, yeah,
contract. You'd have to put
Uptown,
like Harrison
Ochan.
Barnes' contract or
Harrison
something
Barnes,
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then right
Chan.
there you have, I mean, you're kind of set for the future in a way.
De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, and Giannis.
Oh my God. That's
That'd be
ridiculous.
fucking sick. The thing is, though, if you want to talk about, having picks and whatnot, I mean, the Thunder.
Yeah.
Bruh, they
And they
need
have the
shooters,
players.
if anything, if I'm being honest. Like, they have been abysmal this series when it comes to shooting. Lou Dort taking 5 threes a game this series. What are we fucking doing, man?
But wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure someone might have to check me on this, but I think after Curry, Lou Dort has the second longest
Get the
piece hit
fuck.
per game record.
Lou Dort can
Is that
shoot it
real?
nowadays.
It might be. It's
Dude,
either
Lou
Dort or maybe
Dort, Lou
maybe
Dort
it's
is
Desmond
fucking
Bain I'm
clamps.
thinking of. Just one of those guys.
Ben,
He's
I
not
was
like
thinking of,
Andre
I was thinking
Roberson
of
bad from
Joe.
three, but like he's not the best. Like he shouldn't be taking 5 threes a game, bro. Like you can get a solid shooter with the picks they have, and not even really see a dent in like your future assets.
The thing is, Lou Dort, like, he's fucking clamps. He shot 41% from three
That's what
this
I'm
year.
looking at right now. Yeah,
Damn.
but he's shooting 25.5 in the playoffs. Some guys can't shoot in the offs.
Okay,
We're
it
seeing
was
that with my
Desmond
favorite
Bain.
team right now.
It's
was
different
big.
in the playoffs for sure.
That's on me. Just cut that part out.
No, you're good, bro.
I
Nobody's
mean,
watching
that's
up to this point anyways, so we'll
That's
probably
true.
chill.
in the grand scheme of things, like,
No, maybe they slid to
Yeah.
go halfway to see what's going on, and then they're like, Lou Dort, I'm turning this shit off.
you can't fault Lou Dort too much. Like, I mean, there's been guys that have been kind of inconsistent in the playoffs too. I mean, SGA hasn't been playing up to his ability as well.
Jokic.
Jokic was fucking like 6 for 24 the other night, and that motherfucker still had like 28.
Giannis
He's
is the
overrated.
consensus
Be honest.
best in the world, bro. Giannis is best in the world. After this
What?
series, both of these dudes dropping stinkers, bro. Giannis carried his fucking team to the playoffs, and although they
And then
did
he
go out
carried them to a sweep. Let's
Yeah.
go.
against the future Eastern Conference champions, the Indiana Pacers.
Let's
That's a weird
hope
way of
not.
saying New York Knicks.
Let's hope
Nah,
not.
bro. I can't.
Only hope. I can't
My
take
Knicks slander is too fucking heavy, bro. I can't back out now.
honestly, what I want to happen now is that Celtics somehow come back versus the Knicks. All the Knicks fans are just crushed after all the shit they're talking now. And then the Pacers just take care of the Celtics. That would be ideal.
That would
Nah,
be
Cavs
That
absurd.
winning?
Cavs series isn't over.
Oh
yet.
wait, yeah, sorry, Rinaldi. Maybe the Cavs.
Yes, sir, bro.
Nah, we look
Big game
fucking
5
bad.
tonight.
You think they win tonight?
Yeah, they fucking better. If we lose in 5 to the bitch ass Pacers, there's gonna be a fucking problem.
Wow.
Is Mitchell in?
Supposedly.
Okay, so what's he
I mean,
playing
everyone
on?
and their mother's hurt though.
Yeah, Garland, Mobley, Mitchell.
Garland, Mobley, Mitchell, Hunter, and someone else is also hurt. I'm forgetting, but
It
I'm
also
not-
doesn't help that Ty Jerome shooting like 1 for 45 from the field.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
It's
also
been a rough go.
I'm
I
not
was so
saying
in
this
on
to
them.
be a jerk, Rinaldi, but are the Cavs the new Hawks?
no. I think I mean, I can't really defend it. I would have said if you looked at every metric, whatever, this team is just better. Like, it's just an insane difference between this series and obviously the Pacers are a hell of a lot better than the Heat. But like the Cavs are the most dominant series win in NBA history versus the Heat.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Pacers and they look like they never played basketball before. It's one of the craziest things. And like I understand that it's a 3-1 series. This series was a generational choke job away from being 2-2 with Cleveland probably still being minus 350, 400 to win the series if they don't lose
Yeah.
game 2 right now. Like that's like the difference, and that's how quickly a series can change. Like 3-1's tough. I mean, believe me, watched LeBron do it, and then that was the best day ever. But like, we don't have LeBron. Donovan Mitchell's doing his best impression. It's not going to be enough, but no, I'm very disappointed. I mean, if we come back and win, so be it. But from what I thought this team could be to where they are now, it's just
Yeah. I mean, it's tough.
The good thing is they still have that window. I mean, they're still young.
Yeah.
I don't understand how the Pacers have the chance to go to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals. What?
It's
It
crazy
makes
because
no sense.
I was actually saying this at work. Like, so the face of their teams, it's Halliburton, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but the
that's
best
just
player.
Goes out, bro.
Like, think about this. Name any other team in the league or even in the playoffs, yada yada yada, and their best player just put up 4 points, 6 points,
And they
and
won.
they beat a team by like 40 or 50.
no, they lost that
Yeah,
one. They dropped 4. When he had 11 last game, they beat us by 40 or 20. But
Jesus.
I think you could make. I mean,
Still.
Halliburton's the face of the team, but you could say Siakam's the best player.
Like, no, though. That's the thing.
I
Like,
don't think.
Hallie's still the best player. Like when he's,
By far, bro.
I
That
think it's
motherfucker is cold, bro. What are
He
you
is.
talking about,
He
Drew?
is. I'm not saying he's bad by any means, but like it's more of a like 1A, 1B type situation with
I
the
don't
He
team
know,
shows
dude.
rather
up
than
when they
a
need the
1 and a
big
2.
shot,
The
bro.
thing about
Halliburton
Tyrese is
every
when
time.
he's really on and that motherfucker is hitting shots and he's diving like nobody else, like I fucking hate him. I think he's overrated, but when
Mhm.
he's
Well, he'll
on,
have a
like
lot of stinkers, like we just said. I don't know.
Yeah.
they're
I'm not
deep
saying he's
too.
bad. I like Halliburton. I think he's a cool guy too. But I
no.
like out of the biggest 1-2s left in the playoffs, I would say they're probably the two closest talent wise.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah,
Even like Tatum Brown. I mean, they're just better than both. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
no. I
I
mean,
don't know.
the thing with the
I think
Pacers,
Tatum's taken off to
everyone on the
that point.
Pacers rises in the playoffs. I mean, Siakam's had a bad series
Nemhard.
for his standards, but
Nemhard is
like
a fucking dog,
fucking
dude.
Nemhard, I hate
Demhard
that
is a
guy.
dog.
Nemhard, Benedict Mathurin, Obi Toppin, like all these guys have been close to dropping 20. Miles Turner seems like the best stretch big in the NBA.
Finally.
Like it's unbelievable.
Obi
Um,
Toppin.
like yeah, all
Obi
of these
Toppin.
guys are playing unbelievably good, but um, it's one of those things where like
Is that what they do now?
Is
huh?
that
Know
what
what
they
they do
do?
now? My
Uh,
bad.
no, like the Thunder, like guys have played worse for the Thunder. Shea hasn't played as well. Jalen Williams hasn't played. He had one good game. Like all these different teams, like the Nuggets, Jamal Murray, playoff riser. Like that's what we're seeing. Like the teams that are really good right now, they're playing. Their whole team is playing better than their actual stars, which is
Mm,
not what we're used to. Which I think is better for the league overall. But
I agree.
Me and me and Ronaldo were talking about it the other night. We think Chet might be ass.
Yeah, dude, I have been Chet FC like for years now. And dog, he's looking like the fourth or fifth most important player on this team
I
right
mean,
now.
I could never see a world where Chet is a number one
No,
on a good team.
no. No, 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 no. Not after this series,
How
bro.
about number
He's way
two?
too pedestrian, bro. Like,
Maybe a number two. I mean, people were saying he was number two all year. Ben was arguing he was number two at one point this year.
yeah.
Just
I
disgraceful to being
fucking
up.
I am backtracking all the way back right now, bro. Hardenstein better, J Dub better, Shea obviously
Caruso?
better. That's three off the top of my head, bro. You could argue Caruso or Lou Dort or any of them.
Yeah.
I just named three guys who are clearly better than him in this team. I Hart been clamping Jokic this whole series. You can't tell me he hasn't played a bigger part than Chet.
I
So
agree. I think it's
Yeah,
also
I think he
just
has.
because they want Hartenstein to shoot more than Chet. That's
yeah,
just a game plan thing. But no, I definitely think he's Jokic has killed Chet,
yeah,
like
bro.
matchup
Yeah,
wise.
Chet's 7'2" and 150 pounds. You blow him, he fucking falls over. Pause.
Yeah. Wait, back to that like two or three. J Dub as a two. Do you think he could be a number one on a playoff team? I think he could.
I think yeah. After we talked about it, I've been rethinking. I think like I said, I still think the absolute ceiling would be like a 5 seed team. Like it would be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
But
Like
like
his
better,
what?
ceiling
a
might be
little bit
like
better than a play-in
Beal
team.
in his
But like
prime.
what team? If you were to pick one playoff team now, what team?
Mm, I don't
Well, because
know.
he wouldn't be the number one on any of them, would he?
No.
He wouldn't be the number one on the Pistons.
Like I
But
think he
maybe
could
just
lead the
'cause they
Hawks to the
can't view
playoffs.
him as a number one.
Yeah, no,
Like
he could, but that's still
like,
Trae Young's team.
True,
back
but
back in the day when Harden was a six man and he won six man of the year, could we really picture him like, all
You're
right,
talking about like a
Harden
once in 100 years type of thing, bro. They have three MVPs on
happened,
that
though.
fucking team.
Yeah, I mean they were ridiculous. But I remember I was like, yeah, he's gonna go off and get a bag and be really good, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
he's
right.
really
You're
gonna
right.
be
You're right.
like the
Okay.
best player. He's their third
You're
best
right.
player right now.
I could see it.
So that's
Honestly,
why
I
I
could
think
see it,
maybe
bro.
just
He is
it's hard to
fucking
picture
cold.
it, but I don't
Nah,
know. Could
J-Dub
he
is
have been
cold,
the
bro.
number
I'm a
one
big
on
fan.
who was it? Whoops. Sorry, chat.
No, you're fucking chilling, bro. How about them
On the
Knicks?
Heat. If he was on the Heat this year over Tyler Hero, would he be the number one and would they be a better team?
they'd
Yes.
be about the same.
I think
Probably.
they'd be a little better.
I think they'd be a little bit better just because he can guard better than Tyler Hero. Because
Yes.
Yeah.
bro, is he a cone?
He is
But
absolutely better than Tyler
Got
Hero,
exposed.
bro.
He's definitely better.
Absolutely
Tyler
better.
Hero was a one. Bang. He's now they're in the playoffs. Let's go.
no,
Dude,
they,
Tyler
he was
Hero's good.
bad.
When he's on,
Wait.
he's fucking good.
He's trash, bro. I'm sorry. We
Who was
can't
it?
keep doing this every
Me
year.
and Mills
Like,
had this debate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to really say now, but would you rather have Darius Garland or Tyler Hero?
Garland.
Okay,
Garland.
yeah.
No, like no question.
They thought I was insane for saying that. And yes,
No,
I'm
Not
obviously
even close.
biased, but
Not even fucking close.
I mean,
I
one of your
said
roommates
Tyler
is
Hero.
Swozzy. Apparently, he doesn't even watch NBA.
Yeah, bro. Why are you arguing ball with Swozzy, bro? That
well, no,
motherfucker don't
it
know
was
shit.
Mills. Mills was the one I was arguing with,
I said Tyler Hero.
which is
Really?
nuts.
But
Who would take Hero over
That's
Garland?
this
crazy.
argument I made was when like it was game like 2 of the Cavs series. DG's been out for a while, and Tyler Hero was dropping 30, like an efficient ass 30, maybe even more.
He had one good game, and he also was the most efficient one-on-one or least efficient one-on-one defender in the entire playoffs in round one. Garland
Damn.
versus Tyler Hero scored 70% of the time. Just hashtag stat that for you.
I get defense is a huge part of
Man
the
had
league,
the
but
stats
like,
on deck.
are you gonna go out there and be like, dude, Luka's fucking he's ass because he's an ass defender? Like there comes a certain balance, I would say.
I would say that.
Like
Give
I
me
get it,
AD back, bro. What the
but
fuck is
that's why
this
you
team?
like the thing is you build it,
You
you
want
had a nice
AD
big
back for
behind him.
Luka?
No. Let me chill. Let me chill. My bad,
Imagine if
Ronaldo.
Nico was able to pull that off. They just traded him right back. That would be sick.
And he like ended up
They can
getting the
have him.
Lakers like one first round pick they have.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
bro. Him and AD can be swinging Sweet Home Alabama all summer long for all I care, bro. Get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It was the wrong choice, bro. We had to reset the timeline in some way. That fat bozo was the wrong choice, unfortunately. We're gonna have to go back to square one, man, after LeBron retires.
You just let LeBron retire, let Luka walk, and then just give Reeves the key and see what happens.
No, we gotta
you
extend
give
Luka. We gotta at least get something back for him for this
They
great
will.
fucking
They
mistake
will.
we made. I'm trolling, by the way. I don't think Luka's that bad, but
Not
that bad. He's
that bad.
top five. He's like a top three player in
He's
the
only
league.
kind of
Top
bad.
four. He's fourth. He's fourth.
nah, yeah, I think it's
He's
Giannis,
three.
SGA, Jokic.
Yeah.
I don't think he's top three anymore. But
I think I always had him around. I actually
Come
I had
on.
Shea
If
behind
it
him. I
wasn't
had
for
him and
this
Shea
series,
still.
which he was sick
I agree with that,
for,
Noldy.
what are you saying, Drew?
he was sick this series. Let's not forget he took the Mavs to the finals
Oh,
last
No,
year.
yeah. Absolutely, bro. When he was like maybe 190 pounds. Now this motherfucker
Yeah,
pushing
now.
250.
On. Forget last year. Bro's a 5-time All NBA first team player.
Yeah, no,
And
he's
his
Exactly.
bro.
I'm not saying he's the 50th best player in the NBA. He's the fourth.
Who's 5? Tatum.
Might be fucking Anthony Edwards.
It might be.
Might be.
I really gotta
I don't
think
hate
about
that.
for a
I don't
second,
hate
bro.
that, Ronaldo.
I said me and Noldy got into a debate. I said I would rather have Ant over Donovan. And
I didn't
Noldy,
say. I said I would
without a doubt.
probably. I said I would probably agree with you, but it's very close.
I agree. It's closer than most people would think, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
It's way closer than people would think. Because
Nah.
your brain just automatically goes to Ant.
Give me an Eds.
I mean, Don Mitchell's averaging 40 this series, so
He's insane, bro. He's fucking cracked.
40
Like,
this series,
I'm
and
tired
he's
of
gonna
people
lose in 5.
talking
Like,
trash on Donovan's name
nah,
just because he's been a part of what 2 or 3 number one seeds that haven't reached the conference finals. Yeah, bad look. I'm not gonna lie, that's a bad look on his career. But when you put context in it, like the Cavs have been fucking injured this whole series, bro.
I mean,
like
you just gotta look at age there too. If you're talking about who you want to take on your team, obviously,
of
Ant.
course. But if you're picking a game
Yeah.
for tomorrow, who would you want? And
Probably
it's
Ant.
it's yeah, I would probably lean Ant, but it's pretty damn close.
hey,
I mean,
bro,
Ant
I've been
also
rocking
like
with D-Mitch since
when he came
Louisville.
into the league, he was a good shooter, but he wasn't great. And then this year he leads the league in threes. Like he's just gonna keep getting better.
Of course. But
Of
that's what I'm
course.
saying. We're talking for
Yeah,
a game
right now,
tomorrow.
I'd probably still take him right now though.
The thing with Donovan, I've noticed a lot this series. Like he'll get by his defender and he'll have like a nice like wide open floater or maybe like a tougher lay. He just fucking jumps up and tries to bang on on Miles Turner or
Yeah, bro.
Siakam
Yeah.
every single time. It's like, bro, just lay the fucking ball off before you get your head cut off, dude. And
We'll
and
realize
get
that in like 4 years from now when he's like a
Yeah.
number 2 on a team.
I mean, I can't like hate going for a highlight once in a while, but there comes a certain point where you're getting by your defender so often, like just lay the ball up, man. Like you're doing yourself and your team like a service. Like just
Yeah,
ignore the highlight for once.
it's just like one of those things where I feel like we've just been so stagnant on offense that they just need a spark play. And he got a couple of them last game or 2 games ago. But
It really was just like a bunch of bad things happen at the exact same time for the Cavs.
yeah.
which sucks, but I don't know. If I had time, I could make an and argument. I feel like pretty easy. Also,
No.
wait, who's gonna be first team this year? Probably Donovan, right?
Yeah, me and Mills actually have a bet on this,
Yeah.
$20 with
Yeah, I
each
said
other.
Ant.
I think it has to be. Not saying that he's better, like I just said, probably Amp, but I think if you're doing first team, you have to reward.
The team, the
I
best
You
agree.
player on the
gotta
team
you gotta
playing 60
reward
minutes.
Mitchell,
Yeah. That's how it's always been. The better
and I'm fine with
better
that.
team as a player on the first team. It's always been that way.
Yeah, but the
Who's the
thing
dude
is,
with the? Is
if the
it
T-Wolves
Jaren
win the
Jackson?
West,
If he gets third team, he gets like 300 mil or something.
Oh God, yeah. I
No, I
remember
think it
Jaron
was if
Jackson
he,
had some for Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know
yeah,
if it's third team
it's
All NBA.
because Mobley won Depoy this year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Mobley's contract gets like a 50 or $60 million price hike like down the line.
Yeah, but
That's
I
Um,
thought
crazy.
Jaren
and then
Jackson
no,
was
but
like,
yeah, and there's like things if you make all NBA teams. So like I think it's the second team or above, first or second,
Okay.
you get it third team, you might have to make twice or something like that. I could be wrong, but I know I'm pretty sure it's second team, but I know there's qualifiers with the all NBA stuff. But I
I
don't think
hope.
he'll make it anyway. But
Um, no, if he makes an all NBA team, any of them this year, he's eligible for 5 years, 345 mil.
Oh my
yeah, I
God.
think he's eligible for the Supermax now. But
I'd
like
let him
Mobley's was
walk,
more
bro.
incentive, and that's what
Yeah, yeah.
Jaren Jackson had the incentive bonus of hitting Depoy.
But I want
Oh,
him to get third team now, so the Grizzlies are just screwed and
yeah,
got
you're
oh,
fucked, bro. That's 70 mil a year. Oh
good. Get
my
a team out of
God.
the West. The West needs to be freaking nerfed a little bit.
That is insane, bro. Yeah,
Huh,
they're
dude,
gonna
let's
be
keep it
ass.
that way. Let's keep it that way. Keep the East nice and
That's
light for
true.
the Sixers and Caps.
Yeah,
and
fact.
Knicks.
I bet y'all love that shit. Let me know in 5 years when they abolish conferences how y'all feel about that shit. If y'all want to still keep talking
Not
about shit, man.
happening.
They probably will at this rate. They keep trying new shit.
Seriously, they really have to abolish conferences. It's the easiest fucking thing they could do at this point, man. Because I
But
mean,
how does it
god
work
damn.
with the playoffs?
You just
Like,
do the top 16 seats.
no,
Yeah.
no, with the TV ratings and everything, like all the traveling throughout the playoffs, I don't know if they would want to do that. They make so much on these damn TV
Yeah.
contracts, and they have right now the perfect 6:30, 8:30, or 7:30, 10 time slot that if you did, interconference, I guess it would still work, but all the traveling,
Yeah.
you'd have more time between games. And it's not like NFL where, like, they're only playing once a week. It's,
Yeah.
3, 4 games a week sometimes. That's why I don't think it could
Well,
happen.
that's why you'd have to drop it down because normally they typically do 2 days off in between, like when you switch locations, like between
Yeah.
2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
So what
So
would that make the season go until like July,
it would
August?
probably go early, yeah, late June probably, or they
Yeah,
could just start the finals a little bit earlier, not give them
Hey,
like a
I'll
week and
take
a
it,
half
bro.
off. But
The further they can stay away
I
from
would
the
like
football
it.
season, the better. Honestly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Honestly, they should just shift it and make them into the summer somehow
I've
too.
been saying that, bro. I've been saying that the NFL is too much of a fucking juggernaut these days for them to compete. It's fucking laughable.
I mean, they have the winter, which is nice, but like in the summer when it's only baseball, I wish there was something else.
Yeah, man. Me too. Even like just give me some soccer or something. I don't want to watch fucking MLS. I'll watch some real soccer, but
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
Newcastle
They
United.
gotta do a new schedule or something in the NBA. I don't think it's gonna happen for a long time, but
If it's gonna happen,
they know
Cooper's
what they
gonna be
gotta
the guy
do.
to do it.
They know what they
You
gotta
know?
do.
It won't happen though. If anything, they'll put like the T-Wolves in the East or some shit. There'll be like a change out of teams or some bullshit.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the
Well,
closest thing they would do is an expansion draft and just
Oh
put
my
like
God. Dude, the last
Grizzlies
fucking
and
thing we need is an expansion. I'm sorry to cut you
isn't
off,
that
but
no, I
happening
agree.
soon? Like 2 or 3 years, they were saying was the
It's
plan.
going to.
yeah,
They're going to
man.
put teams in Vegas and Seattle, and then probably the
I
Pelicans and
just
T-Wolves will
I
move
think
to the
that's
East.
so horrible,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that would be crazy.
Dude, like a quarter, not a quarter, but like 5 out of the fucking 30 teams, like we said, are in purgatory right now, bro. They have
Yeah.
not been good for 10 years or more. Like,
Wait, what
The
would you
best
do
part is the expansion teams would probably be better than them.
yeah, that's the fucked up
off
part,
the jump?
honestly.
Off the jump,
Yeah.
maybe. Like second year, maybe.
Because all
but
these
year
teams are so
three,
deep that an expansion draft, you can't protect like all your players.
I
So
think you only get to
they
protect.
end up with a pretty good squad.
Don't you only get to protect like 2 players?
I want to say it was
I think
three.
so.
No
Three?
way,
Because
because like
well,
you
even if
can't be
it's
like, yeah, you can take Darius Garland or Evan Mobley away from the Cavs. There's no way.
Well, no, I
Like,
think you could, but you can't do that. You can't keep doing that because they'd run out of cap immediately. Like they'd
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
or there's
still,
like
but
a certain
like,
amount. You can only take like one number 3 or something. It is. I don't
Oh,
know.
so
Well,
yeah, but
fuck
like,
no.
imagine you're the team where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna take Derek White, or I'm gonna take
Yeah.
whoever. Like,
It's like I'm gonna take your third
yeah.
best player, and
yeah,
you
I'd be
have nothing
pissed.
you can do about it.
I'd
Like,
be
I think it would
sick.
be basically like I'm trying to think of guys that I would allow the Cavs to give up. Would be like Struess, I guess Jared Allen,
Oh
if
my
you would
God.
for that.
Ah,
The the
so
Seattle
fucking important, dude.
Supersonics take Paul George off the Sixers' hands. I would be doing backflips. Are you guys
Imagine they built
kidding
a
me?
team: Brad
I
Beal,
would be
Paul
so happy.
George. I was thinking
Yeah.
the Brad
Chris
Beal, Paul
Paul.
George, Jordan Poole. Trying to think of like Fred VanVleet. Be a
Yeah, just
bust.
help everyone out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking put them in a retirement home community as well while you're at it.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't be able to afford that either.
I know. I'm
Nah,
just
nah.
saying.
What,
Like,
different
imagine if
retirement
That
they.
would be
community?
crazy. Dude, if they took Paul George, that would be sick.
Hey,
I
peep
mean,
game,
dude, you
buddy.
could absolutely like fleece the Thunder. Like, are you? I don't know why I'm asking y'all. Like, we've had an expansion draft in our lifetimes, but like, can you protect?
I played
Like,
enough
can they only take
video
one
games.
player off a certain team? Like, because if I'm going at the OKC Thunder, I'm fleecing them. I'm taking Lou Dort. I'm taking Alex Caruso. I'm taking fucking Art
Take
Yeah,
all
it's
Hartenstein.
definitely got
I'm
to be
taking the
one.
printer y'all have in the back. I'm taking y'all fucking caterer. I'm like everything, bro.
Taking
Give it
Sam
all to
Presti.
me.
Uh,
Nah,
it's got to be
if
one.
I'm gonna,
Because
if I'm
Yeah,
giving
I
it,
think
I'm going
so.
to the Celtics. I'm taking Jared Walsh. I'm taking Deuce Tatum.
Each
Yeah,
team can only
bro.
lose
Peyton
one player.
Pritchard.
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
One player.
Pritchard.
All right,
Okay,
Ben.
yeah.
I'm
Because
taking
that would be
Pritchard's
fucked
girlfriend.
up, bro.
Shit like that.
imagine being the guy that like your team is just like, yeah, you can go. Like, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, have fun, bro.
You're the
New
Wizards, but
market,
nobody
like
wants any
hopefully
good
you can
players.
be a legend there. Have fun, man.
Oh, wait.
uh,
Never mind. You get to protect 7-ish. That's what
yeah,
this guy on Reddit said.
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
Oh, it's gotta
Yeah,
be
so
exactly.
that's
cheating.
way different. That's way different.
But
You can't take no
I
fucking
mean, you would
you gotta
get
think if
on the
they just
Thunder,
did
you would
that, your
get
teams
who?
would suck. But if you're a team like the Sixers, for example, are you going to want to protect that Paul George knowing that they probably
nah,
took him
bro.
off your hands
Protect
to
all your
try to
young
money back?
guys. That's the most you can do. Because they're gonna go after the young guys if you're building an expansion team. I feel
They're
like
going to need a good vet, though. Someone to fill that
Paul
big.
George is like
Can't,
a D tier vet. What the fuck
Drew,
are you
you're
talking about,
talking
bro?
people that don't exist into taking Paul George off your hands right now. Or you're
I do
attempting
not
to.
want Paul
I'm
George
just
as an
saying.
influence on my team.
Last year, I thought Paul George was awesome on the Clippers. I was saying he was like a top 15 player. It just stunk that he decided to go off and be a professional podcaster
Yeah,
first half of the season and then quit and then not play another game. That
Hey, it
didn't.
would be a nice gig. Would be a nice gig. That's what we're
for
trying to do
real.
here.
I think they should just put us four in charge of
Yeah, right.
do a draft. Two of us go to one team, two of us go to another, and we pick all the players.
I'm down. I'm down for that,
I
bro.
could. I think Adam Silver is watching this one tonight, so I could. He might do that. I don't know.
I already know
Big
where
friend
I'm
of the
going.
show, by the way, Adam Silver.
Who are you picking?
I'm taking Miles Bridges. I'm taking James Booknight. I'm taking Kai Jones. I want all the crash
Ty
outs.
Jones.
And we're gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be
Crash
nuts.
All the
outs?
crackheads, bro.
Like I'm gonna let them loose and just like be free. Like do what you guys want on the court. If you guys fight, just leave me out of it. Like that'll be really good for
Isaiah Stewart.
I think.
I say, yeah. Wait, just take the whole Pistons roster.
That's
Oh, yeah,
our
I'm taking
vet. That's my
Santiago Dama,
vet,
too.
Isaiah Stewart. I'm taking him to be my vet.
I'm taking
Fuck Paul
Santiago
George.
Dama, Pat Spencer, Cam Spencer.
Yep.
Yup.
Wait, this
Uh,
team doesn't sound bad.
I'm gonna be a player coach. I'm gonna play the four.
Mills, take Paul George.
No.
Take him.
Oh, I'll take Jerry. I'll take Jared McCain.
Didn't hear you that time.
Nah, they would protect him so fast, bro.
What, McCain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
McCain.
No, they're protecting him.
I want his painted nails.
No, dude, his TikToks will keep him protected, even if he stinks.
Facts, bro. You can't give up. Nah, that's the number one asset right now for the Sixers.
Also,
I think I'm putting him over Tyrese Maxey.
I was talking to my dad last night, and he was saying how the Pelicans are probably going to trade Zion away. And I was
Yeah.
like, you can't send a guy to represent you at the draft and trade him away. I feel like that kind of makes you untouchable, right?
Of course you can. Not, dude. After Luca, nobody's untouchable.
I don't know. I feel like that's
It's
just
just
wrong.
like, what's the fucking point, man?
I think they'll probably trade him if they are still ass at like the trade deadline.
They're gonna be
Probably at the
ass,
trade
bro.
deadline.
It's the
No.
fucking Pelicans. Like, why do
Like,
we
if
do
you-
this?
But like,
They're
I
gonna
don't
be
get how they're
ass.
so bad though. But like, I mean,
Trey Murphy's tough.
They made some bad
Oh,
Trey
trades, but like
Murphy
Trey
is tough.
Murphy,
so tough,
Herb
man.
Jones, like those are two really good bench pieces. Or I mean, I
Yeah.
know one of them starts, but like McCollum's all right, DeJounte Murray's all right,
You
Zion's
can't
good.
you
I mean, they
can't have a
had
guy named
Bi,
Herb be on
like,
your fucking team, bro.
huh?
You can't have a guy named Herb be on your team.
I wanted him on
Herb
the
Jones is
Cavs.
a dog, bro.
I wanted
Chill.
him or Hunter, and here we are. We got Hunter, but
I feel
It's
like I
crazy
just
because
saw
the Pelicans
something.
had Bi too, and they
Yeah.
were like on paper, like they were kind of nice.
Yeah, they were.
I don't get it, man. Coaching.
Didn't something just happen to Trey Murphy recently? Oh yeah. Did you guys see the video of him?
No.
Oh,
Wait,
wait.
was he
You can
yelling
find
at
it. Share your screen. Look up him and who was it? Cam Jordan?
All right, let me look this up on Twitter.
Yeah,
Have you
it's
seen the
on Twitter.
video of
And it
Trey
just said,
Murphy
the
yelling
caption
at
goes,
Brandon Ingram?
"That boy Trey Murphy a goon."
Nah, Trey Murphy is fucking nice, bro.
Yeah, just look up Trey Murphy goon on Twitter and then share your screen real quick.
I don't know if I want to.
It's a
I
crazy
don't know if
search
I want
bar.
to look
It's a
that up.
crazy search
It's not
bar.
bad. It's not bad. It's just
All right,
funny.
all right, all right.
Have you guys seen the video of Trey Murphy
They're
yelling?
calling him the
My
Snow
bad,
Bunny
my bad.
King of the South.
You see when Bi hit that game winner, and Trey Murphy goes, "Yeah, twin, tell her who better," because he hit it on
Oh yeah, yeah.
who was it?
Oh wait, look at this.
Was it Jalen Green?
Cam Jordan.
Look at all the avalanche coming out the fucking limo, bro.
Oh, I've
God
seen
damn.
this.
Wait, it was glitching. Go back, go back.
Oh shit, my bad.
I don't think they
I
saw
have
it.
it in like 2 times speed. I don't know how to turn this shit off, bro. I feel like
This is
I'm
what
right
called
now.
having motion is right here.
Look at the avalanche, man. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, man. What a life. What a life to live.
And then here comes Trey Murphy.
Man, I wish he would hop out with them fucking jeans and a t-shirt, bro.
Dude, they were saying he's giving Halliburton a run for his money.
Yeah, Halliburton. Nah, that video of Halliburton will never be topped, bro. I think he was the original. Yeah, he was the original one that had the avalanche in the car, and that shit
They
blew
said
up on Twitter.
they said Murphy's new nickname is Snowplow.
Oh my God, bro.
Have you guys seen the video of it's like 10 years ago, and ESPN's interviewing like some Clemson quarterback, and he's like,
Yes,
like, what are you
bro.
doing? He's like, I'm studying. And
Oh
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
show your
Y'all wanna
study
come in?
partners.
Y'all
He's
wanna
like,
come in?
okay. And there's just like 5 white chicks just out
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hey, what are you doing? He's like, studying.
Great. That one is peak. That's the best fucking video ever.
He's like, how are you guys gonna do on the test? And they're like, good. He's like, not too good. That video is great. Isn't he on like ESPN or something?
Yes, dude.
Mhm.
That shit is so fucking funny.
That's a good video.
All right, bro. Honestly, I feel like we covered it all. So I'm gonna just go ahead and end this off here. We gotta save Who Am I to the next episode. If that's all right with you, Drew.
All right, I'm good.
I didn't fucking think of one. So
I'm good with
we'll
that.
end it off here. OG
I didn't
and
either.
friends, aka G Unit, signing off. See you in the next one.